I mean, has Husky been playing Faces Void in his pubs lately? Am I missing something? I know it was something he attempted a while back, but I don't think he enjoys this hero by any means.
Yeah, that's why he was. That's why Brax and Sammy Boy left the team. It's because he wouldn't stop picking 5 Faces Void. You're not laughing.
I'm just confused. They get rid of the Beastmaster there. Another thing that makes me think we're probably doing the Faceless Void carry.
5 seconds.
Yeah, I mean, that's one of the hard counters to it. They're not going to want to pick it themselves here, as they already have the Timber Saw.
I feel like
They're used to like playing the Beastmaster a little bit, but again, legendary Timber Saw player.
Yeah.
AA has made it all the way through, by the way. You could just take it on Zoomers.
Yeah, you could just take it on Zoomers at this point. I feel like they've played themselves on Furia. I think they got to this point and they're like, wait a minute, what if it is Faceless Void carry?
And that, if you're not going to take the Ancient Apparition yourself, which it doesn't look like you can at the moment, unless you switch this bat into a 1, then I'm pretty sure you ban it out.
It's actually not a bad position 1 Abaddon game. But then your cores are Abaddon, Axe, Leshrac, which seems really bad. All right, they go and ban out the Shadow Demon.
Interesting.
You go Wraith King here on Furia?
Yeah.
It's not bad, but you're still doing against like Timbersaw and Invoker, and I don't know like what heroes survive against Timbersaw and Faceless Void.
I mean, that's usually the counter of the Chronosphere, just being able to get back up. Same goes with like a Black Hole, these huge high cooldown ultimates, but it's not hard for them to blow up the first life of the Wraith King, right? And at the start of the game, they're going to have invoked with the EMP, be able to burn out all the Wraith King's mana as the game goes on. Lion is going to be able to get him with like the Blink Hex. They ban out Zoomers isn't concerned about the Wraith King though. Instead, they just
they're thinking safe lane Axe. Yeah, they're thinking safe lane Axe. They're gonna pick a new offlane hero here. I mean, I talked about the Mars early on. I thought that was like a pretty sick pick for Furia, but a very weird draft coming in, or like a draft phase. I would say not necessarily the draft. The drafts seem, not that unordinary.
All right. Last couple of seconds here. They're gonna have to show their cards, and Four Zoomers is going to have the ultimate last pick. Please don't run the safe lane X. They run the safe lane X. It's possible that they'll run. They could run Leshrac or the Sand King in the mid lane, though. It is possible, but in all likelihood, it's going to be position 1 Axe, mid Leshrac, and off lane Sand King.
That would make the most sense. Lesh actually does pretty well in that mid matchup, and Sand King decent against the Faceless Void as well.
It's good with the Mirana, though. You talk about this one a lot. It's a lot like your DK Mirana lane, where you just hit somebody with a Burrow Strike and line up an arrow with that one. You can do a lot of damage to the Faceless Void, especially if they're on top of a creep wave, and you get a couple Caustic Finales off at the same time. So, potential to be pretty good here on Furia, but still, I prefer Four Zoomers lineup, and I haven't even seen their last pick. That's a good last pick.
It is a 5-position Faceless Void. Get me out of here.
All right, and Furia had the right idea here. I don't prefer Four Zoomers lineup anymore. I don't know here, Ricky. I've seen some wild stuff today. I'm glad that we're mixing things up a little bit. We're going to see a 5 Faceless Void, but I'm also not happy that we're seeing a 5 Faceless Void.
Please don't let this win. As much as I like the Zoomers, Faceless Void 5 cannot win.
If this wins, your pubs are just grief for the next 7 days until the patch hits.
This was like something that griefed pubs for like a month straight. Like people were trying Faceless Void 5 constantly, and it never won. It had like a 15% win rate or something abysmal. And then they kept trying it. They kept forcing it in the pro scene, and it never won. and I don't know why it's back.
Did you were you around when the position 5 troll warlord was being played when his Aghanim Scepter was different? It would like cast the ult onto an allied hero.
Yeah, that was terrible.
Yeah, I remember dealing with that once, and I was like 1v5ing the game, and then my troll warlord did absolutely nothing the entire game. Finally saved up for an Aghanim Scepter, and then clicked that button on me and disabled me, and I stopped being able to win the game for him. That's the kind of feeling I get when I see 5 Faceless Void. But maybe they'll pull this one off. They just have to drop a good chrono. Outside of that, there's not much they're going to be able to do, though.
Yeah, so a lot of times what I've seen on the Faceless Void chrono is not the Faceless Void chrono, the Faceless Void 5 is you just build really aggressive in the lane and you just click people over and over and over, and his goal is to just run at the Mirana here. It is pretty good at dealing with the Mirana. He can apply a lot of pressure. She can't really escape him because time dilation just does more and more damage. But yeah, this is a weird one for me.
I'm very much disappointed with the fact that neither players replied to me in the lobby when I asked them for a post-game interview. So unfortunately, this time around, we're not going to get one. You guys can yell at the players here for not paying attention. Who do we blame? Gunner especially. Gunner especially. Yell at him.
Why Gunner? I'm yelling at Husky, dude. He picked a 5 Faceless Void. I want.
It's because Gunner wasn't in the lobby when I asked, so especially get mad at him. I'll try shooting Gunner a message on Discord after if they win this game.
I see. Well, nice D ward in the mid lane there. Easy ward.
30 seconds to battle.
Moo on Timbersaw, an absolute classic. Love watching him on this hero.
I mean, again, it's legendary, and in second place in the TI, falling only to Wings. So, Fortune was happy up until this is going to be a support phase as well. I'm excited to see Sexy Fat on the Sand King. Back in SA, the Sand King just seems to like pop off. They play different down there. I don't know what it is. It's something in the water that makes 6 Sand King players in South America. And they can't match up to this one.
I love the hero. I mean, Sand King's one of my favorite offlaners personally. When I was, playing lots of offlane, but I don't know how. I can't imagine it's going to do that well against the Bristleback. They are going to start down here on 3 heroes. Okay, no ATPs now. And as expected, Husky. Well,
who's your favorite Sand King player?
Me.
All right, mine is Zephyr.eosin.
I see.
He's a Sand King specialist.
All right,
He's been out of the scene for a while.
Oh, has he? Okay, nice. Let's take a look at the mid lane. Leshrac versus Invoker. I mean, it is a pretty good lane for the Lesh. He can push very fast. He's good at taking towers. Invoker. Pretty much just going to rely on the Tornado EMPs here.
Yeah, we talked about that one.
That was some sick tower damage there because that Tornado lifted those creeps.
Yep. That's a next level play there by Gunner, but he is just trying to go through all of his mana so he can't burn it down and do extra damage to him, it looks like. Still, like, your right clicks are kind of pathetic on the left track. You want to be able to spam out your skills inside the lane and stopping you from being able to do that.
Yeah, he's going to get that bottle refilled. Pretty much chilling right now so far. Envy doing all right in lane, it seems. I mean, you last picked a Bristleback here. Is it at all that good? I don't understand.
Yes, it is. You'll learn. I mean, part of the reason why I liked it, the Faceless Void, or like the Sand King against the Faceless Void, is the fact that you did have potential to blow him up with the arrow and whatnot. This Bristleback, he's going to be too tanky. And Eternal Envy's actually just going for the Vanguard as his first item.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So, you're not going to have kill potential onto him with Mirana and the Sand King. Man's going to be too healthy. Because of that, the bottom lane is going to be a little bit boring, I imagine. Sexy Fat is going to struggle to find a kill here. As good at the Sand King as he is. Action is probably going to be in the top lane where Moo gets to play against 2 strength heroes. On his Timber Saw.
That feels good. He's not going the Chad Schofield build of 4-4-0 though. A little bit disappointed.
Yeah. What can you do? I mean, that wouldn't be bad in this lane, honestly, but I think he's just used to this way of playing the Timber Saw. As a point of reactive armor.
The rune.
Money changes hands.
Very cool. Z-Freak stole it as well.
Well, he got his own, I suppose.
But tried to contest that one with Duster, and Z-Freak took it out from under him. So extra bounty runes going the way of Resumers there. Already off to a good start. And
Dire have fortified their structures against
unlucky.
attack.
Mid lane still struggling. You're never going to have any mana to work with here on the Leshrac. We
No.
talked about this in the draft. Your game's just going to be miserable.
Not for you.
Niagara missed there. Unfortunate, but he's going to start sending those clarities in, even as the raindrops as well, trying to get as much mana regen out as possible. But again, Invoker, every time that tornado is up, just going to hit you with that EMP to follow. 4 minutes. Bounty runes are here, but, or not bounty runes, sorry, water runes are here, but RDO going to cut off the bottom one, make sure the Lesh can bottle up.
And trying to protect this one. Oh, I thought I was going to try to protect that one for Gunner, but just ended up snapping it up.
Nah, he doesn't care.
Man, what a miserable experience. He's just chugging back clarities on the Leshrac.
Some gamer bathwater, it seems.
Yeah, he's 6 CS up, but he's down in net worth because he's chugging clarities. Bottom lane, nothing happening down here yet. Eternal Envy does have his Ring of Health, but still like 600 gold off his Vanguard. He's going to be able to zone the Sand King once he's got that one.
Yeah, this lane is going to be very boring. Sexy Fat is just going to be pulling the wave every single time, cutting it here on the Sand King. Yeah. And Envy will be doing the same, pulling the wave. Unfortunately for him, his own sentry is blocking the hard camp, so it's going to slow him down. He has to kill his own sentry now.
A little scuffle between Leo and Moo up here in the top lane. Moo doesn't have, he's somewhat low on mana, but he doesn't have his mana boots yet here. He ended up using all of his mana on level 1 Whirling Death, spamming that out on Axe, who almost has his Vanguard completed.
Each brave courier.
This level 2 5-position Faceless Void is definitely owning.
Very cool stuff. Time walk, time dilation. He's ready to make the dive.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire
Leo's got his Vanguard, by the way.
tower.
I'd like to see him cut the creep wave here. Moo isn't going to let the Axe push the tower with the catapult. So, Leo, all right. He says, thank you very much for these ancient stacks, Lion.
Oh, those are very nice. Leo's super stoked on that.
Yeah.
Wait till he finds the hard camp as well.
Yeah. He doesn't end up stacking them himself another time. He had gone like the minute mark there, but I think he's just trying to clear them up as quickly as possible.
My house. Dire's bottom tower.
RDO
nice.
might be in some trouble here. Husky as well as Z-Freak. But you don't have lockdown. So he just walks away. Envy, top net worth right now. Kind of expected, right? You did get the last pick here for the Bristleback. And you don't really have a way of zoning him out of lane. He's finished up the Vanguard. Just going to be very tanky. Sexy Fat doing well, though. I mean, not too far behind. It's really just a flat line for the rest of the net worth graph here.
Yeah. Nothing happening, really. Win probability pretty evened out as well. 0 and 0. I want blood, Ricky.
Yeah.
I want to see kills happen. This is boring. We got a Spirit Breaker Moo last time. Absolutely pathetic this time around.
Moo
Too
wants
many
blood as well.
Vanguard-
He's going after Duster. Husky, the big 5-position Void comes in, hits him with that time dilation, but it's Gunner on. He steals the first
Position
blood.
5 faces Void gets it done. Ricky, you will never bad talk this one again.
He just stole the kill so hard. That's so funny. Gunner comes in, he's like, yeah, I'm gonna just yoink this first blood, sick tornado, and Husky's like, nope.
The position 5 faces Void when Husky plays this. He's just built different. What can I say? First kill of the game.
Right, fortification forced out of the Radiant as Leshak was starting to push in that mid tower. Does have 3 points in the Edict. Timbersaw now going to TP in to protect it. Makes a lot of sense, but Leshak's got to be careful. Fortunately for Moo, there are no trees for him to get there, but the time dilation from the Faceless Void is owning. As he walks away, taking 10 damage.
Yeah. All right, this Leshak, all he needs to do to catch up to the Invoker and pull ahead of him is stay away from him. He gets his mana burned, nothing good's going to happen. He sits in the river, bathing in the cool waters, regenning his mana with this ocean heart. Very cool.
Some say that this river is connected to the ocean.
They would be wrong. I can very clearly see the ramps and all the cutoffs.
You can't see the underwater aquifer though. Leshak, mid lane, might be in some trouble, but Abaddon rotates in. Still gets caught by the EMP. He's gonna be sad about that one.
Yeah. I told him, tried to tell him, just stay away from this Invoker. The EMP is just slowing down his farm so much.
A tithe to the impurities.
Move back towards the mid lane here. He doesn't want Invoker to get too many clicks off onto this one. He'll clear it out as quickly as possible. Things have slowed right back down. Eternal Envy. All he's got is his Vanguard. He's working on Magnum Scepter next. All he's got is brown boots at the moment. Once he's got that done, then like maybe you get 1 or 2 items on the Timbersaw. You can start trying to find kills. But at the moment, you don't really have a way of staying on top of heroes. Lion doesn't have his blink. You don't have the AoE nasal goo. It's this lack of lockdown that you mentioned at the start. And this position 5 phase is only going level 3. That chrono is a long way off.
Oh, it's coming though. The idea is since your Faceless Void's the 5, Gunner being Quaswex Invoker doesn't have to rush to the Cataclysm, right? He'll get to like level 20 before bringing that boy out.
Maybe. We'll see. I don't think it changes how badly you want the Cataclysm. But he's going for a Midas, and it's going to be a fairly slow one, unfortunately. We're 10 minutes in. He's only got 800 gold.
He doesn't take... So, Murano leap charges do not count as far as time dilation is concerned. Interesting. So, unless you're out of all your charges,
yeah,
it doesn't count.
Yes. Unfortunate. That's the buff that position 5 Faceless Void needs. Make it so time dilation affects multi-count spells.
Oh, Eternal Envy in the bottom lane. Big commitment, but they run him down the epicenter as well as Leshak finds the kill. Huge EMP from Gunner. Catches all 3, but there's no follow-up. All right, they got the kill. The most important hero. A big bounty, unfortunately going the way of Duster, though. He needs it.
Yeah. I mean, that was all magical damage there. Ended up being like 1,400 from that and only 361 physical. Moo's got the right idea. He's going for a Hooded Defiance this game instead of a Vanguard. And Eternal Envy, he's kind of already committed at this point. He wants the extra HP. He can't go back for the Hooder. It's going to slow down his Magnum Scepter too much.
Oh, Finger Death's available, but Duster, make sure to keep this Lich alive. There's no chance. He's just going to have to walk base. There's no way.
Yeah. Duster's working on energy booster right now, by the way. He really wants mana boots this game. I think Murano will probably be forced to build them as well, but RDO does want this Spirit Vessel. It's going to be pretty important when you're playing against both the Invoker and the Bristleback. Or sorry, Timbersaw and Bristleback. Invoker as well, though.
Speaking of Timbersaw, in a little bit of trouble, but a nice tornado, little EMP follow-up. He's going to be able to escape here on Moo. The question is, can Leshak find anything as he dives further behind these towers? No chance. Just disengage here on the side of the Zoomers, but they force 5 heroes to the mid lane. Boots of Travel now done for Lesh.
Space created for the position 5 Faceless Void.
He is now level 6, Neph. He is online.
3 points in a time dilation. Let's go.
Dude, this
was
spell
all-
is like almost a baby radiance. It's like you're gonna have 4 points in this spell and it's gonna do as much as Cloak of the Flames. It's crazy.
Yeah, but you can't get out. It is pretty annoying dealing with this one. What I'm not familiar with is I'm not familiar with the exact interactions of time dilation, I'll admit. So I'm not sure if it forces Axe counter Helix on cooldown.
No. Can't
It
do
doesn't?
passives.
Dire are
You sure?
starving for
Yeah.
enemies.
Pretty sure.
It says it doesn't affect item cooldowns. I'm not sure about passives though.
It like counter helix is an ICD. I don't think it counts as like actually having a cooldown. Plus, it doesn't actually stop the cooldowns. It just slows them. And if an ability goes on cooldown during that time, then they take the damage. So Axe's counter helix would go from a 0.3 second cooldown to a 0.33 second cooldown. You know? So it doesn't really change anything. Top lane, RDO. Woo! Z-Freak! Downtown gets him with the finger of death.
Yeah, that is pretty significant. He's been looking to use that one for a little while now, and he's going to get pretty close to his Blink Dagger after that. 2,100 gold already, 150 off his Blink here at only 13 minutes on the Lion. That's not bad.
No, not at all. That's
Yeah, it's
Z-Freak,
gonna be-
dude. The man went Witchblade Ags last game. I'm not surprised.
I am. I thought he would just go Aghanim Scepter first item on the Lion, saying, "All right, guys, you're getting me finger stacks. I'm carrying this game on my back. Let's go."
No, he's gonna get a Blink Dagger, then the Ags Nep.
Thankfully,
I was gonna say Eternal Envy continuing to farm, but Leo has managed to catch up here on the Axe. Almost to his Manta style. A much better game this time around. I think, you know, in our previous series, we saw the Axe safe lane against Undying. Did not do very well.
yeah. I mean, we talked to Tomato about that in the post-game interview. Like, they just play fast on Undying. They weren't really necessarily even trying to counter out what they were doing there on Hikori. They just played too fast Dota. That 20-minute timing, it came out way too late. Couldn't get all those items online. But this time around, I imagine he's going to hit it. The Blink Dagger, Vanguard, Manta Style, Aghanim Shard at 20 minutes.
Yeah. Gunnar does finish up his Midas, so things a little bit easier for him. A lot more levels going his way. Queues up the Aghanim Scepter, so, you know, as expected. Gonna go back for that now. Not necessarily like for Cataclysm specifically, but it's just something you want to have.
Very cool. Cleaning up these ancients, and yeah, after this hard camp, Manta Style is going to be done. His farm is just going to accelerate even further. Take a look elsewhere on the map, though. Gunnar's been hiding in these trees here, trying to find a pickoff. RDO not comfortable to continue walking forward, though, so Z-Freak isn't going to have a chance to show off his new Blink Dagger either. So they waste a little bit of time there.
Dude, Gunnar literally TP's been to Tornado EMP the ledge. It's so
Sand
funny.
King's looking for this one. He's got 2 points in the Epi, and he's got his Blink.
I mean, going for Husky is not the ideal scenario, but they're gonna, yeah, they're just gonna walk away with a time walk.
Oh, this is so annoying. On one hand, you're getting Tornado EMP'd wherever you are on the Leshrac, and then you have a position 5 faces Void, and his idea of fun is to time walk in and time dilation you. This is so miserable to play against.
You love to see it, don't you?
Make it stop. He's almost got the Yule Scepter on Leshrac. Once that's done, he won't be able to land these anymore. There it is. It's flying out to him. Enough is enough.
Z-Freak goes down bottom here, catches an arrow with a follow-up Burrow Strike there. Very nicely done.
We've got the Yule Scepter. Sanity is coming back now on Leshrac. Oh, and Envy, he's going to try to go for Roshan, but they ping it out. They know that this is happening. They don't even... Yeah, okay, they drop the scan on the pit.
They got the Ags, and that is definitely like your timing increases the Nasal Goose stacks from 4 to 8, which is a ton of bonus armor, but he only has 2 points so far. They actually whip on the Epi. They didn't see them yet. And now Sexy Fat just standing in the pit. Tornado EMP, gonna burn all of Duster's mana.
This is going to be a slow Roshan, though, with everyone on both
Oh,
teams
Envy
here.
gets bashed and then eats an arrow. Leo doesn't have blink. Can't really afford to go in.
Neither team going to get to take this one, and I think Sooth knows this, so he just gets away from the pit, wants to go back to farming.
I mean, he's just going to snipe the mid tower, I think, right, with Edict?
It's what he should be doing. I mean, it'd make it that much easier to take this fight in the Roche pit if they can't buy back and teleport to that tier 1. Yeah, that's what he's going for. Nice call.
Well done. Duster does end up going down here. They are continuing the work, but I don't know if they're going to be able to get it. Ooh, they find RDO on the backside. That's going to be the blink reveal from Z-Freak and the quick finger of death. Falling one by one, the supports are down. The Roshan, it's so dang slow, though. Even with this nasal goo. Going a little bit faster now as he gets the the third point in that spell. And finally, Roshan will fall, giving that Aegis on the pistol back.
Now Envy is a serious problem. Bringing him down twice is an incredibly tall order. They did get the mid-tier 1 tower there, though, so they've got a bit less control of the map with this Aegis. And, yeah, Suits giving towards his bottom tier 1 as well.
Axe was still farming during all of this, right? They just decided, you know, screw it, give him the Aegis, like, we don't care. And Leo farming up towards that shard here at 20 minutes, and he should have it in that 60-second window.
Yeah. I mean, you didn't have Epicenter towards the tail end of that Roche fight. Still equivalent to another 40 seconds. You had 2 heroes down. So it's like, all right, we can't really fight in the pit. We'll farm up to kind of mitigate our losses here.
Going into the tower here. Sexy Fat might be in trouble. Great tornado. The EMP coming through. Husky waiting for that chrono opportunity. He's going to find Sexy Fat, the first one to go down. Duster pops the old Husky. There it is, baby. The 3-man chrono, but Sexy Fat on the backside. Blink looking for these heroes. Bro Strikes. He managed to find the Faceless Void. Time dilation to try and slow them down, but Leshrac trying to find these other heroes. Husky wrapping around, does have Time Walk in one, makes it onto the other side of the creep. Wait, he's actually out. Split Earth, never. He dies to the creeps. All right, Husky's just too good.
Man ran the numbers. I mean, position 5 Faceless Void. You kind of need a big brain to make this one work. Gets a 3-man chrono sphere, dies the creeps on the way out, and they get 3 hero kills. They force a buyback. A little bit of an error of execution there on Furia. I don't think the Sand King necessarily had to die the first time. The Faceless Void jumped in, hit the Batten with the time dilation, and he didn't have the Aphotic Shield in order to get the Sand King out of there. Halfway through, after like 3-4 seconds, he realized he just popped borrowed time to get the time dilation off him, but by then it was a little bit too late, and he didn't get the Aphotic Shield off, and the Sand King was basically dead. Time dilation actually doing a lot of work inside these team fights. Sand King is only ever getting like a single burrow strike off, which doesn't feel good.
No, not at all. Sand King does have a Yule's queued up. Axe with the shard. Completed up here at the 20-minute mark. Is going to start pushing these lanes. Overall, Furia still has a 1k gold advantage despite what wasn't a great start here for this Faceless Void. Most of it is because of this Leshrac, right? Able to farm a lot faster than the Invoker. Gunner did manage to pick up a Midas, and he is just about 800 gold off of that Aghanim Scepter. Fortification does come out to try and save bottom tower, but Lesh, he's gonna just push this even faster. Edict coming back off cooldown. You don't do that type of tower damage on the side of the Zoomers.
No. Brings this down incredibly quickly here on Furia, so tier 2 will open up the outpost. I'm not sure if we'll be able to... What is Z-Freak planning? You need someone else to come with you here, Z-Freak.
There's smoke into the top side of the map. Question is, are they going to find anyone? Moo, very tanky, not the ideal target. Can't really burst down Eternal Envy either. But they're going to go for it. There's going to be the call onto the Timbersaw. The EMP, it's going to burn nobody's mana, but on the backside of the fight, Invoker gets found by Sexy Fat here on this Sand King. The question is, can they actually get any of these kills? Gunner making his way into the trees. The Starstorm from Mirana finds a kill and a big Chronosphere in from Husky, but there is 0 follow-up damage. Now the Burrow Strike does catch the Bristle, doing this out with the Leshrac. Can they get the Aegis? They do. Finger of Death comes out. Burrow Strike on cooldown for so long thanks to this time dilation, but coming back off cooldown in just a moment. Leo cleaning up hero after hero. There's going to be the Yules, the split earth to follow. And another Burrow Strike. If they can finish off Envy, and it looks like they will, call comes through. Husky DP's out. Oh no, what a disaster for the Zoomers here.
I mean, there was such a sick play there by Sexy Fat. He managed to catch out Invoker by himself on the back line, just force him out of the team fight running away. This is just before the Invoker picks up that Aghanim Scepter as well, so no Cataclysm available for this one. They need to single him out in these fights right now. He is very susceptible to getting blown up. He had the Nether Shell for the extra magic resist, but if he's just getting run at, you lose these fights. He has a lot of your damage right now. Yes, Eternal Envy pumps out a lot himself, but he can be kited. Invoker, if he ends up getting like the meatball and a couple other things off onto you, you just end up losing these fights. So go for the squishy backline, good this Invoker, punish him for going this Aghanim Scepter, and kind of force him to go for a BKB, I think, is a play on Furia. They're up 5k net worth now after that one too.
Yeah, it's definitely just ignore the Bristleback, kill the team, save him for last type of thing. Like, they actually have multiple answers to this hero. They pick the Bristle into the Axe, which is beyond me. Axe will absolutely shred this hero as it goes late game. It's not even close. So we'll see how that plays out. Leshrac also just going to go for this no, he's finished with the Bloodstone into BKB. So he's going to have himself a little bit of spell lifesteal there, which will help out a lot.
Yeah. I mean, everyone back up. They're playing pretty tight in the triangle. A little bit spooked after that last fight there on Zoomers. A couple of things did go wrong. I think the biggest thing they have to be careful about is the positioning here on Gunner, who's now going for the Refresher Orb.
And he was hiding in the trees too. Like, he was right here in the trees trying to like just stay hidden, and Sand King was like, I bet I can find him. And that's the thing. Sexy Fat, dude. This guy is very skilled. You're not gonna be able to hide from him. Definitely my standout player from the opens and closed qualifiers on this team.
Man, Sandy senses were tingling. Bring down the Axe. Outpost is going to go their way, and they smoke up immediately afterwards. They don't know. They don't know. They smoke up on the other side.
What?
This is going to be good.
Team's going to collide here. Duster, the first one, going to get that smoke popped, and now Moonlight Shadow, the sentry, comes down. RDO as well as Duster in a bad spot, but the stun rather off the mark. In comes Sexy Fat, but just getting mana drained on the backside. It's Faceless Void and Moo. The first ones go down. Sexy Fat kept alive thanks to the heals, and now Eternal Envy caught by the Spirit Vessel. Z-Freak trying to bail. Nice tornado to make space, but they've got to run. Leo chasing more and more after the Bristleback, but he's not going to be able to catch.
Blink forward, but these heroes do get out of here pretty quickly. You got Faded Brooch and Tranquil Boots here on Z-Freak and Bristleback Invoker. Too hard to grab, too much moves because of those passives. Wex Warpath. Still, they managed to take 2 for nothing in this team fight. It ends up being like a 12 or like 1300 XP swing, 1200 gold, and they smoke up again. I don't know. I don't think you're gonna catch anyone here.
Oh, well, they're gonna find Z-Freak. No, he gets the mana drain off, but Sexy Fat is there. Oh, blink to the left side. Well played by Z-Freak. This guy's a god.
Stuff. Instead of taking the mid tower there, they instead get nothing. Like, they pull their net worth by like 2,000 gold after finding a couple of those pickoffs, but you want more than that after taking that kind of a team fight, right?
Yeah, I mean, I was expecting them to just beeline to the top tower. Stun mid lane, finds the Bristleback, arrow not on the mark. Husky comes in, hits a 3-man chrono. There it is, the Cataclysm, dropping them all down. Leshrac pops the Bloodstone heal. Duster gets the ult. Sexy Fat still alive. It kills nobody. What is happening here to the Zoomers? They just lose the Bristleback anyway, and Husky on the backside doesn't have any help as he's just getting ran down by the Sand King. Too little, too late for the Zoomers.
And only a matter of time till Sexy Fat gets his hands on Moo. As soon as that next Timber Chain comes out, it's not even going to come out.
No chance at all. The Yule set up there.
And running it down, they even fortify the creep wave to stay on top of this tower here. Relentless, not slowing down at all, and the tower completely melts to this Leshrac. And guess what's come back up? That's the second Roshan. Aegis Cheese and Aghanim Shard coming for them.
They scout it. Oh, they're going to go right in.
Oh boy, oh boy.
Yeah, you know what? Shard is pretty sick this game.
Is it the Leshrac?
Leshrac Shard is pretty sick, but honestly, I'm also a fan of the Sand King Shard since it got changed. Because it's something that's not going to be affected by the time dilation, and he can continuously slow heroes and break blinks. But it doesn't look like they're going to give it to him. That's boring. They'll give it to Lesh.
I think it is very ownage. You drop that in the middle of like, I don't know, you drop that in any sort of fight, or you drop it when you're trying to push a tower, it just becomes so difficult to initiate in. Like,
oh yeah, it is very good. I
command.
agree. The Shard is incredibly strong. It's great for pushing high ground too, because he can just put it underneath his axe as he's standing on the high ground. Or himself, and then anyone who wants to jump in for initiation has to play around that stun timing.
Dire's courier has been killed.
Huge
Very
push
rough.
to the top lane here. Timbersaw respecting the side of Furia as they are not showing on the map. Actually, you're going to see Sexy Fat here under this ward, but the rest of the team now coming on over to the lane.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Does he have Blink? No, he's just, okay, he just Timber Chained it. All right, last outer tower falls. Bottom lane, Gunnar trying to put pressure up on the tower. Going
Wants to
for the
split 'em.
refresher. He knows, like, maybe they can get these, like, big Chronospheres into Cataclysm, like, you know, refreshed, but
Dire's bottom tower is
last fight, a single Cataclysm was not enough.
Yeah, these heroes are starting to get pretty tanky. You've got Bloodstone with 19 charges on the Leshrac. This guy is big. Tearing through his Aegis is also something you're going to have to do. They're trying to split them up, but I don't think they realize how close Leshrac is here. He's got no Blink Dagger to get on top of the heroes yet. He's got that queued up. Alacrity manages to grab a tower here, and Gunnar thinking about sticking around. I think he wants to cut the creep wave or something.
Yeah. And he did manage to find an Elven Tunic, which is really sick to be able to give himself a little bit of evasion against the Axe. Because right now, if he gets called by a Manta Axe, he just dies. Like, he is dying that fast to this hero. Like, there is no way to stop it. The Shrek teleporting to the one creep that manages to survive to keep this lane push going. I love playing Sand King. This hero is so fun. Just popping creeps with Caustic Finale. It's such a satisfying sound.
When you hear all of them pop at the same time, that money rain in.
You ever hear it when it pops like 25 to 30 spiders and your eardrums explode? They've managed to find Husky here. He doesn't time the stun correctly, but I don't know if it really matters. He's just got 1 second left. Will be able to make it out.
Yeah, position 5 Phases Void just built different. But all the other towers taken, like you said. Now
they have
trying
Lotus
to
Orbs
punish anybody they
now. You
find.
got Yule's Scepters. You got Nabadan. This time dilation is becoming a lot less effective. Bottom lane move found by Leo, and with the rotation in from the Lesh, the Split Earth comes through, and boy, do they have a lot of damage for this. Timbersaw almost manages to take the kill there onto Axe, but he pops the cheese and immediately TP's top, looking for Z-Freak, but he's able to blink to those trees.
He sticks around regardless, though. Looks like they're trying to set something up here. They know the
Burrow Strike
Leshrac
finds
is-
the Void. And that's a silent... What does he get silenced by? There's a Mind Breaker on this Mirana. Oh, that's a dunk.
Z-Freak's gonna cut the creep wave. Man's doing whatever it takes to keep them inside this game.
Oh,
Once it's
Sexy
250.
Fat. He knows. All right, he's out.
All right, now they're gonna run it down. I mean, you've only got 15 seconds without a Timbersaw, and they still have Fortify available. They're gonna be able to hold this one. They've got buyback on the Faces Void as well. He's got Blink Dagger.
All right. Goodbye,
Go,
Axe's
Frustrated.
mana. Jeez. Pops the BKB there just to disengage, but Leo, they have the counter initiation if they want. They're just not wanting to overcommit, obviously, as the Faceless Void's coming back up. They do have the Refresher Cataclysm. I'm sure they saw that on the Invoker.
Yep. He's got another shot as well. This is going to do almost 600 damage per stun, so it's like 1200 pure damage on each Cataclysm, basically.
So it's time to pick up Aeon Discs, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Which Sand King queues one up immediately. Leshrac has his completed. Axe doesn't need one because he's Axe. Smoke to the bottom lane. They're actually chasing after Leo. AC being delivered to him at the very moment. Envy continuing the chase, but there's just no way they catch him. He is so dang fast in these boots of travel. It's going to be Duster who just kind of walks down the lane. Now the wraparound, they found him. Sexy Fat as well as Leshrac that go in. They stun down the Faceless Void. There's going to be the epicenter. The Chrono. The Cataclysm comes out, but it's not going to do much of anything. They take down Husky. They finally get the Lesh, but he's going to buy back into this game. And now Leo trying to get onto Gunner here. Stun does come through from the Sand King. There's the split earth, and Gunner eats an arrow. 65 seconds without buyback.
Envy's going to try to clear out this creep wave before he gets all the way back into his base. It'll buy them a little bit of time, but he bought out to finish that refresher orb. I mean, everything went into that Chronosphere Cataclysm, but they had the Aeon Disc here on the Leshrac.
They stalled it out a little bit, but yeah, Lesh just buys back. He's in the fight once again. Now no Chrono. So where's your catch for this Lesh? Is it Z-Freak? He's the only one who can really do it.
And he's trying. He's blinking in. It's difficult to commit onto him because he's got the Aghanim Shard. It's magic immunity on the mana drain. But Leo, whenever he sees the opportunity on this line while he's doing that, he just jumps in, goes right through the magic immunity with the Berserker's Call. He's being very annoying on Z-Freak, though, burning down all of Axe's mana and forces them to get back. So I can't get a barracks off of this one. They did have to buy back on Leshrac for that fight.
Yeah. He is going to go ahead, go to the top lane. They ping him out right away, and I might see a smoke here from the Zoomers if they want to try and run at him, but unfortunately, Leshrac wants to go just farm up, get his next BKB. He does need it this game. In the last fight, if he had the BKB, he definitely does not go down there. And, I mean, 4 Zoomers, they're on their back foot. A 15k gold lead here for Furia. Mind you, the open qualifier team here from South America, absolutely putting in some work today.
Zoomer surprised in that last match, absolute domination, but this time trying to go for something a little bit more unconventional, and it's not working out, unfortunately. Slow down a little bit. So Furia, they're probably going to wait for this next Roche, which is going to have either Refresher Shard or Aghanim Scepter, right?
Yeah.
Curious to who they put that one on. I mean, you're trying to build into Aghanim Scepter right now on the Sand King, but if you get Refresher Shard, it'll probably go the way of the Axe. Like double call, double BKB is going to do a lot of work in these team fights. Back when Axe was just absolutely broken, everyone was running Refresher Orb on him. Well, not everybody, but once in a while, once you got to the late game. Slight exaggeration there.
He's actually queuing up an Abyssal Blade. Okay. I like this. More lockdown, honestly, is really strong for them. And right now, Gunner, if he just gets caught by an Axe Call and then an Abyssal to follow, I mean, I don't know what he can do if he gets caught by an Axe Call in the first place, but Leo gets your hands on you, you're probably dead at this point.
Yeah. He's almost level 25 as well.
That Berserker's Call AoE is no joke.
It's that much easier to catch people. We could probably pull him back into the Leshrac stuns as well. We clutched that one out. Leshrac is at 25 and he's got the extra Diabolic Edict explosions. A little bit surprised he didn't go the magic resist, but I guess a lot of the spell damage on the side of Zoomers is pure. The Timber Saw, the Cataclysms.
Mm-hmm. All right, they're running in. Moonlight Shadow. See if they can find something. Eternal Envy barely missed on that Burrow Strike. Sexy Fat just took so much damage, but Duster coming in on the backside. Leo, he gets the call. He finds Lion, pops the BKB, gets the kill. Time Dilation comes out, but the BKB from Lesh this time not gonna save ya. And now Envy on the run. And the high five from Lesh. Come back, Envy, he says. There's gonna be a buyback, though, on the Faceless Void. He's coming in, just gonna eat a Burrow Strike and an arrow to follow. Leo gets the call, but the Tornado EMP from Gunner, burning out all the mana. Here it comes, baby, the double Cataclysm. Deletes 2 heroes, but Leo still managing to survive. They're gonna buy back on the Mirana. They want to get back into this game. Envy farming some jungle camps on the backside of the fight as Gunner gets caught here. The sentry already in place. He's gonna fall.
There's a buyback Goldie, and those 2 kills with the double cataclysm made him a rich man, but he's going to be forced to use it. They're going to run down mid after this one, and no Chronosphere available. There's no way they can Des Roche, I can tell you that much. Faces Void. They did kind of mess that one up. They went on top of him and just desperate to blow him up. Put 3 heroes on him, and that allowed him to line up a perfect Chronosphere. Gunnar did a great job keeping him alive long enough for the silence and the stuns to break on the Faces Void, though. So 2 of them assisting each other to get that Refresher Cataclysm Chronosphere off. But if you run down now, that's all you got.
Yeah.
You're not going to be able to take the fight against them. Chronosphere's down for another 100 seconds. Your Refresher Orb on cooldown for 100 as well.
You have Envy going for a Daedalus at this point. We'll take the Warpath stack damage at 25 then for sure, if that's the build he's going for. They're realizing they're just lacking damage, and a lot of it is this Bristle. Like, he cannot do what this Axe does, and as a result, they're going to just take the lane of Barracks, I suppose. Leshrac doesn't care. Axe is actually TPing to the back side here. The fight starting to break out. It's Sand King who's been found, trying to get himself out of there, and it looks like he is. But Leo, he gets the Abyssal Blade off. He finds the Lion, the call to find the kill. Sexyfat's out. And meanwhile, Envy forced to pop the BKB and run.
They're just going to chase him down, though, and you have to keep in mind, Axe is the Abyssal Blade.
Just barely mistimes that Burrow Strike. Axe comes in, call off the mark.
Oh, he didn't go for the AoE.
Wait, what? That has to be a misclick. That's unreal. All right, Leo goes down to Moo. BKB still available here on the Lesh. He's going to eat the cheese. Still has a Refresher Shard. Drops that one in his inventory, and Leo may have to back off for a moment, but they are going to be able to take down this first, rather the second tier 3 tower. Melee Barracks already fell bottom.
They'll back off now, though. They know a couple more. We're getting close to that Chronosphere on the Faceless Void. They don't want to get hit by another Chrono Cataclysm. If they're forced to buy back in these fights, they could just end up losing the game. And Leshrac's buyback still on cooldown for another minute and 20 seconds here. So smart play getting back. You don't want to all of a sudden lose this game.
Dude, I feel like there is no way Axe goes Battle Hunger DPS. I feel like that has to be a misclick.
I don't know, man. Maybe if you get the Ag Scepter, it's good, but the AoE...
The AoE enables the Ag Scepter is the thing, like...
Yeah. 140 DPS is a lot of DPS, though.
Yeah.
It disables Blink Daggers, does a lot of damage, but at this point in the game, you do have a lot of dispels. Like, even Invoker, he's got himself a Stormcrafter.
Smoked up, looking for the high ground. Duster just gonna walk in. They see Moo, but that's not the target they want to jump. Ward dropped on the high ground. Leo looking for these heroes. Blink Call comes in. He finds the Timbersaw. Just gets shredded. A beautiful Burrow Strike. Moo goes down. Husky, there's the Tornado. Where's the Cataclysm? It wasn't ready. He just got caught on the backside. Invoker is dead. Beautiful play by the Lesh. The buyback, however, coming through. Lesh pops that Refresher. They take him down one by one. Envy falls. His buyback still available. They've also found Husky here on the Faceless Void. Z-Freak gonna drain as much mana as he can. Moo zipping through the team fight. They cannot bring down these heroes. Furia running away with this game here. Blink Call comes out. Axe, he finds the Lion. Gets the kill. 2 more buybacks. I believe that is all 5 from the Zoomers, and they have yet to claim a kill of their own. Duster starting to fall a little bit low. They will finally find their first Sexyfat. Great Burrow Strike onto the other side. Moo, he's got to get out of here, but it's not going to happen. The damage is too much. This Leshrac is just running train on them. Furia, it might be time to leave. You guys are out of resources, but they will take the 2 lanes of Barracks.
And with 25 talent, the extra 30 Diabolic Edict explosions, they're going to rip through this last set of racks so quickly.
Oh, Cataclysm catches Duster. Doesn't really find anybody else, though. And Lion, that's going to be his dieback. Envy just tickling these heroes at this point. He does not care. Axe just wants to go in one more time. Blink the Abyssal. He doesn't have the mana for the call. Instead, the Invoker just gets caught by a Split Earth, and Envy pops the BKB, trying to do it again. Nice time dilation usage there from the Void, but that's about all he's got. As it's just gonna be Furia wiping down the base here.
Now nothing they can do to defend. I mean, Envy, he's not giving up yet, but there it is. Z-Freak calls GG, and there you go. They managed to tie the series up 1-1. An incredible play by this Leshrac, finding Invoker with that Blink Dagger, stopping him from getting that Cataclysm Refresher Shard up into their triangle. I mean, domination from them all game here. They've played a hell of a game, and I like what they tried to do, mixing things up for us. It was entertaining here on Zoomers, but position 5 Faceless Void, that just ain't it.
It's not even to me, it's like not even just the 5 position Faceless Void. A lot of this game is just this Bristleback being completely useless. Like, he didn't do anything. He was like tanky and he did a lot of damage, sure, but like he never secured kills. Like, ever. Like, look at his score. He's 5-4-5. Like, Zoomers end this game with 12 kills because they don't have any damage outside of Cataclysm Chronosphere. Like, it almost felt like this Bristleback just didn't exist in this game. Meanwhile, the enemy team has a 13-0-9 axe. I don't know. This was not a good draft from the Zoomers.
No, I mean, the Bristleback was popping off at the start of the game, but you had so many ways of disabling these heroes. It was impossible to get on Duster. Everybody's pretty tanky as well. Like, they were kiting around Eternal Envy. The only way that they had to blow up these heroes was like inside the Chronosphere with the Cataclysm. And yes, the 2 times that they ended up getting it off, it was great, but the rest of the time you were waiting on it. And they were running you over on Furia while you were trying to wait for it.
Yeah, it was so sick, honestly. Like you said, the play from Seuss there to find Gunner on the Invoker in that last Chronosphere. Maybe Zoomers can turn around with that double Cataclysm there, but yeah, it's such a tall order. They had like the Dream situation earlier. They'd got 2 heroes. They just bought back into the game and won the fight, and they're just getting picked off one by one. Incredible performance from Furia. A little bit disappointing here from the Zoomers. Honestly, they've had a really rough start to this tournament. Now fall to 1-3. Furia, not a bad showing for their first game though.
Yeah. Unfortunately, we're not going to get a post-game interview. I asked the players on Furia in the lobby before each of the games, but they just didn't end up responding. I tried shooting a message to Duster real quick, but I think we might as well switch over to a break.
Yeah, and Furia does have another series coming right up, so I think that would make a lot of sense. They need to focus up on their next game. They're going to be going up against another NA team here, known as Team, the other side of 4 Zoomers. So should be quite interesting. Again, everyone, thank you so much for tuning in. We hope you are enjoying it. But before we throw to a quick break, I do want to give a shout out to one of our sponsors, Mate Mate. Thank you guys so much. For those of you who don't know, you can head on over to bts.gg/matemate. Enter code BTSDota to have a chance to be put in, or not have a chance, but you will be put into a raffle to have a chance at winning some sick goodies. They can include those, the likes of some gaming chairs, even a PC, some peripherals. So definitely make sure to check that out. The winners will be announced later this month on August 23rd. So thank you to them. Mate Mate, we love you guys. Thank you so much for sponsoring this tournament. And with that being said, we're going to go to a quick break. We'll be back with our 4th and final series of the day, Team versus Furia. Stay tuned, everyone, here on the Loot Bet Pro Series Season 7.